Okay, I'm gonna leave the space. I'll be right back. I'm still here. Still here. We are live.
I'm just putting out this the tweet so people know. It's going to be a couple of minutes and then we'll start. Okay. Okay, so I just invited them. Oh, hi, Ariel. This is Ariel Timmerson from Spaces. It's good to see you. Hi, Jay. Welcome. We're going to start in a minute. I just have to send some people out. If anybody would like the mic, go ahead and request the mic, and Tanya will let you up, or myself, either or, if you'd like to speak. Today, I thought that for a change, we would just, do like confessions or conversations on whatever, so that we can have some fun on Twitter Spaces. I don't, the rules will still be the rules in the sense that we have to still be respectful, have to, raise your hand, or, if the flow is there, excuse me, you guys know when to speak. What did you do today? What did you do during the week? If you have any issues that you want to share or discuss, maybe we can problem solve it together. None of us are professional in the sense that none of us are doctors or lawyers unless someone comes in the room that is. It can be politics. It can be on sex. It can be on the Middle East. It can be on pretty much anything, except that you can't make fun of anybody as far as there's no racism. And of course, my room never does that anyway. But, I'd like to also first thank Tanya, my co-host. I'm not sure whether Chris will be able to come here or not. If he's not able to, and Jay, if you feel like it, just let me know and I'll let you co-host alongside of Tanya. But like I said, I'm going to be silent for about a minute or so just so I can retweet something else out. So that's what the silence is. Tanya is still here. You can say whatever you want, Tanya.
So we're live streaming on my YouTube channel, well, my station, Social Chats. So it's on Twitch and YouTube at the moment. So, well, you know what I've been obsessed all day about is this crazy concert with Travis Scott. That's what I don't know. I just never thought that you can go to a concert and die. It's kind of crazy. That's what I want to talk about tonight. I mean, it's kind of like I want to get all sad about it because I was already sad, but I felt really bad for what had happened. And has it changed the way people go to concerts these days? Because for no reason, I thought we were still in a pandemic. It's so crazy they had all those people. So that's the topic I want to talk about. So anybody want to join in? Hey Kim, how are you? I'd love to grab a mic. I'm gonna invite everybody just in case. Jason.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tanya. I mean, what a tragedy it was. 11 people died and many injured. From the way I read the article, this is not the first time it's happened. It happened to the Who back in, I think it was in the 70s sometimes. I forgot the exact date that he said. They were just simply trying to press up more towards the stage. And unfortunately, according to the article, if I read it correctly, that I posted, and others have posted too, I'm sure, um, they started pushing in and people were starting to fall and get crushed and things like that, and panic sets in. I don't know why they would allow that, and the singers, as you saw, they're all upset. I mean, nobody wants their crowd to be like that. And I agree, Tanya. I thought that this was still an epidemic going on, and I mean, I don't have a problem with concerts, but I don't know how you would social distance. I don't remember what Fauci said in the remote pass about indoors, other than you're supposed to, maintain social distances and stuff, and stuff. So I'm going to stop there and let Jay come up. Come on, Jay, go ahead and speak.
So was this a case where they rushed the stage and people got crushed?
No, well, the thing was they already rushed in to get into it, so they don't even know how many people got in because they rushed the gate, so they didn't even know. And if you watch the video, literally you can see this, like the security people were like tripping the people running in, so you see these kids falling. Security was part of this too, and I hope they do a real look at everyone's videos and take a look at it. And then I was looking at some other one. So apparently the only reason I'm gonna I kind of understand how this kind of could have happened, because I used to throw big raves. So that was my thing back in my early 90s. But my interns that used to work for me, I recall in 2020, is it 2020 or 2019, I picked them up at a concert because they needed a ride, so I got them a ride to get there. So because it was really crazy to get there, there's thousands of people, and I picked them up too. And when they showed me the video that they were shooting of what they were doing there, it's not like in the old days we all get to the concert, we dance, we have fun, it's like love, we're all like, outdoor concert is a blast. Kids nowadays, their big thing is like going all the way up front where the barricade is. Their goal is to push so hard that that barricade breaks down. It's like a game for them. And if you look at all the concert now, that's what they do. They like, and I have this slight feeling that's what's happening too, because you can see the kids. And if there was just too many people pushed, so they couldn't even go forward if they wanted to. So, and all these kids, so the people are falling and being stomped on because people don't want to pick anyone up. And there were so many people, like they were like, body surfing people out of there, but some people couldn't breathe. They couldn't, if you think about it, if you have like 50 to 100,000 people wall to wall, even if you're outside, it's not gonna help. And it's all, oh my gosh, all the amount of just the craziness. And then I saw one spot where I don't even, and I've been to some crazy concert. I've been in a mosh pit. I've body surfed. I've done it all in my 20s, right? Been there. Crazy part about all this is I have never ever experienced where the ambulance is there trying to save people's lives. These other kids are jumping on the ambulance, dancing and trying to, I guess, break windows or whatever the hell they were doing on there. That gives me like, when do they think that it's so much fun, right? So Jason, go ahead. I'm sorry, but I just have to question what they consider fun. That's not fun. Oh,
Do you have an oxygen mask to help you keep up? But no, what I was gonna get to was I have a DVD. Okay, but I have a DVD from Oasis, and there's I think it was at Manchester. People were rushing the stage to the point to where Liam walked out and Noel walked out, and it's like, no, we're not going to start the show. They had broken the barrier, and they were like, everyone chill out. Like, you need to back up, or we're not going to even start the show. But what you're saying is they rushed the venue, but it just made me think of that. It's very interesting. Like, it's just human nature. Like, you can't control it, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, Travis Scott did not stop. He stopped for a second, and he saw, I mean, the video, and now everyone's upset because he didn't stop the concert. He stopped half an hour.
Well, he should have.
Have videos of just these kids being there, like just lying on the ground with people, EMTs trying to, resuscitate them. And then they show that, and then they show like a clip of him Lily still performing, didn't stop. People were trying to stop these two. This young lady was trying to stop the camera guy. She finally, she was like begging to stop the concert because people are underneath. People are standing on top of other people, and that's the problem, that they didn't have enough security. But it looks like the security people didn't really care. They kind of they were like tripping people. They weren't trying to stop them. I just saw them tripping people. But again, there's a huge investigation. This is going to be. I feel really bad for the parents. That's all I can say. There were some young children. I mean, 14-year-olds. I don't know about you guys, but I was very particular about my son. 14-year-old is a bit young to go to a concert by themselves. So, go ahead.
Well, first of all, to the host point, if they had been social distancing, this wouldn't have happened. I don't understand why people, it's a pandemic, I can't understand that they feel safe going into a situation like that. I don't care if Elvis came back from the dead and was performing one concert only. I would just say, oh, well, I'll order the DVD. This is ridiculous. I don't understand. And maybe it's just me, but these ball games, I mean, people could care less. Now, I do know watching the ball drop at Times Square last year during the pandemic, they still did it, but they cordoned it off so that only so many people could be in like a square 4 feet area. And then I don't know how in the world these people did it, but they were able to social distance and they were able to enjoy the evening. There are ways you can do this. Now, you might have to forgo some tickets, but what's paramount other than safety and keeping people safe?
I agree 100%. And I think that people, as you very well know, there are a lot of people that are anti-vax, anti-mask, anti-government, anti-everything. So if you get those kinds of people, doesn't have to necessarily be to a concert. It can be anywhere. They're just going to go and not really care about the fact that they could be asymptomatic. And if you're not protected yet with a vaccine, you could spread it to everybody else that's there. Chris, I don't find it funny. And if you're going to keep laughing, you know what, Tanya, go ahead and remove him. Chris, thank you. We don't need a troll. As a matter of fact, I can do that.
Sorry, who was that?
I just blocked him. Hey, that was just a troll.
No, I thought you were saying Chris.
No, not that Chris, not my Chris, not our Chris. I'm talking about a different Chris that came in and was kept laughing during everything that I was saying, which was not funny. Death is not funny. So I knew right away.
I saw that. It's not the Chris that's down there.
No, not him, not my co-host. I just invited him. Oh, wait a minute. I think I just canceled my mistake. Hold on, buddy. I'm going to bring you up right now.
No, he's there. He's there.
He is?
Now you brought him back down again.
I know. I hit the wrong button. That's what I'm saying.
And while you're doing that, may I add one more thing?
Absolutely.
I'm hearing that echo. I heard today, and I was not aware of this, but the number one killer of the policemen and people in police departments in this country was COVID. I know that goes along another line of thinking, but y'all think about that. They're quitting their jobs and DeSantis says move them to Florida and then we'll take you, whatever. I mean, it's killing people. And I don't understand how much louder we have to yell it. I don't get it. I'm sorry. I just wanted to add that one in because that blew my mind. Because usually you think it would be shootings and fights and knifings and things like that would kill, or car accidents that would kill policemen. I'm astounded at that number.
Well, I can tell you that my
Where did you get that number
from? Actually, and I can't think of her name, the little redhead that does the briefings every day at the White House. Starts with P, her last name? Her. It was in her briefing. She gave that number out. Or she said
where did she get the data from?
I don't know. She just gave that statistic. I have no idea where she got it from. You just feel like maybe you can trust it if it's coming from the White House. You know, you'd like to
Mhm.
anyway,
Well, I'll look it
especially
up.
this year.
Yeah, I think that going back to what I was saying, I mean, if Penske said it, then I believe her. She's the press secretary, and she's not going to come out with a number if it wasn't already cross-checked several times before she brings it out as an announcement. That's a fact. It's not like the previous administration where they get up and lie to everybody every single day. We don't have that problem now under this current administration. This current administration, in my opinion, did a fabulous job in the Democrats finally getting their rear ends together and passing the infrastructure bill, which is a major accomplishment for President Joe Biden, as you all know, just like Obama with the healthcare. So it's the same thing. Two great people. But going back to the COVID restrictions, I don't understand why people are being let in, and I mean, I understand a concert, whether it's a rock concert, pop concert, is how people are going to act because of whatever the music is, and I think music is great. It's the people that unfortunately do the stupid things, the fans, not the professionals. They do what they're supposed to do, be professional and sing and play, but it's hard to control the crowd. I want to know what happened to the security there. Now, as far as going back to the police officers that Kim brought up about dying from COVID, I don't know if that was a leading cause of death. I certainly do know that it caused a lot of officers throughout the country, maybe globally. I have no clue.
Penske did say it's the leading. Well, actually, what she did was she said that, do you know what the number one cause of death of policemen in America is from last year? And everybody just kind of looked with an empty stare, and she said, COVID. That's how it came out.
Okay, well, if that's what if she said it, then that's what it is. Now, my young son was a state trooper in Connecticut, and one of his reasons for leaving the department is because he has young children and a wife, and his wife really wanted him to get a different field because between the riots that transpired, at which my son was against, as far as the murder of what transpired with Mr. Floyd, he that made up his mind to quit. He didn't want anything to do with that. He's not a racist. He's out there to try to help, serve, and protect people. But his wife didn't want him to get hurt, and she didn't want him to get COVID. That was her number one reason, because they're also licensed. When they were living in Connecticut, they were also licensed caregivers. They would only take infants to 2 years old, in addition to their own two children that were around the same age at the time. So COVID's a big deal. I don't know why people aren't afraid of it. I mean, I don't mean that you should be afraid of it where you're never going to go out, you're going to live in a bubble. I'm talking about where you man.
Oh, that's me, actually.
What's you?
I live in a bubble, actually. I don't go anywhere. But let me ask you something. So I really don't want to talk about COVID because at the end of the day, I mean, have you seen how much the numbers in Florida? I mean, we're doing pretty good, aren't we?
Well, the numbers in Florida may or may not be accurate. I don't trust DeSantis. I think the numbers get skewed by him, because when other people come out, like with John Hopkins, they have a different set of numbers in Florida. So I go by John Hopkins. I don't trust DeSantis as far as I can throw him, and I don't even trust him that far. I'm looking forward for Nikki Fried to become our next governor next year. And she's Jewish, by the way, out of Miami. She's the Department of Agriculture. She's in charge of the entire thing. She's the first Jewish woman out of Miami to ever be elected to be the commissioner for that office. And now she's running against DeSantis. She and DeSantis at one time worked together to get the medical marijuana legalized, and now she wants to get recreational stuff legalized, and she wants to stop the poison and the lies that DeSantis and his administration have been doing, because his handling of the COVID according to the experts on TV, as well as Nikki, was saying that, people forget that at one time Florida's numbers were really high because he undid the mask mandate too early and the numbers soared. And then he was pushing.
Here, Michael, I understand what you guys say about this, but I have friends who own small businesses, and if Florida was shut down, they wouldn't have their business. They actually started their business back in late 2019. So 2020 was tough. I literally did this. One of my girlfriend, I did her social media. I didn't charge her. I ran her social media 2020 for free, pretty much. And then it kept her going because I promoted the drive-through, like pick up, a curbside pickup. I did all their social media, and I did it for free. I didn't charge them because I felt bad. I didn't want them to go out of business. And then meanwhile, all the other business were going out because they were not doing that great. And the fact that if we were shut down, like most of the country, we've been screwed. So either way you look at it, some people do have to live. People do have to pay their bills. People do have to pay their. I know a lot of people didn't pay their rent, but you can't. It's to a point now. Some of my friends who own rental, they're not even.
They didn't have to pay the rent. They were protected.
I know, but I know that.
And the thing is, too, if you think about it, yeah, I'm glad that they did what they needed to do to survive, but it doesn't give anybody, and I don't have a problem with that because food could be delivered to a person's home. I know that for a fact in Florida. But the fact that DeSantis did what he did and allowed people to open up early, many people died as a result of it.
So we live in the this area.
You have to weigh which is more important: keeping people alive or just letting them go to a store, take the chance, maybe come down with COVID and die. And I don't agree with that philosophy. The people that opened up the businesses in this area, I'm not against that at all. But all I'm saying is that wisdom would have been a little bit better. They weren't the only ones struggling. There's a government program for people to be able to get even more money than what was on the stimulus check if you have children, like $300 a month. Now that may have ended by now, but all I'm saying is that everybody was looking to make a living. That's why I was so grateful, as were you and other people, for Spaces, because you can do marketing to try to get some income in when there are people who, not just in Florida, but everywhere through the country, made money that way.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about rentals.
It doesn't have to be a rental. They can be
owners of homes going to foreclosure.
But you know what? They were the order was to stop all foreclosures if they couldn't pay the rent. That was done both by the state government here in Florida as well as by the federal government, because we all knew that everybody, not just here in Boca where the few friends is or a lot of friends is that this is the whole thing. Everybody. So I don't want to really make a blanketed statement either. But before I continue, Kim's had her, if you don't mind, Tanya, Kim has had her hand up for quite a while. So I'd like to let her speak, and then I'll go back to you if that's okay with you, Tanya.
I just had a real quick statement. Michael, I just sent you the CBS News article about it being the #1 leading cause of death amongst policemen.
Oh, well,
and if I find Penske's news conference, I'll send that to you. You can nest it. I don't know how to put it in this, so you can do it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, I was busy today. I was actually out for a while. I mean, I did go to my coffee shop as always. Tanya can attest to that, and Chris, and Paul, they all know that I go for my coffee. But yeah, no, I believed you. I believe the room believed you. It's
I just wanted
that these #1
to assure people that it was there. And it says that 700 had died last year of COVID. 700 police officers.
Yeah, I believe that, and I don't know how many firemen died, or EMTs, or paramedics.
Frontline workers, frontline workers. That'd be a good thing to find out too. If I can find it, I'll send it to you.
Okay, that would be great. So, Tanya, do you have any comment?
Give me 2 minutes. Go ahead, somebody else.
Chris, you have any comments?
Nope.
Hi, Paul. As you can hear, we're basically talking just conversations, keeping it light. We're kind of going in different directions. We've been talking right now, as you heard, about the COVID being the #1 killer of police officers, and you heard what I just shared about the paramedics, EMTs, etc., the nurses, the doctors. They did everything in the most crucial hour to try to keep us safe. I believe they are American heroes.
Yep, they are.
Yeah. So, Paul, you have anything that you'd like to say on pretty much any conversation?
Well, I got blocked by Kirsten Cinema. I shared it in the tweet. She, instead of meeting with people, if you offer money, that's when she talks to you. And so I was very assertive. I was like, hey, you can't be so corrupt. I didn't put it that way. I shared my exact tweet up in the space, and she blocked me. And I'm sharing this so people know that she's not doing her job. You can sell stuff, but you're a senator. You're not supposed to be selling stuff on Facebook and making money. You're supposed to be fighting for better healthcare. You're supposed to be creating jobs, meeting with voters, addressing needs, trying to implement an agenda that works for people, and she's not doing that. So I'm trying to bring awareness to that. So if anyone's interested in retreating, can go above the spaces so you can see her corruption, see what she's all about.
Well, thank you, Paul. I would wear that block